whether you're a guy in a cape
or a rogue who's sneaky.
Join myself and Rodger as we
entertain the geeky.
Guys, what's going on?
That one felt good.
That felt good.
That felt good. Thank you, Mike Capuano. Thank you for that.
That was nice.
We got to give shout-outs where shout-outs are due. So we're going to try to put actual background music to that one day and see how it plays out. I think it'll be fun.
It'll be good.
So this is our third episode of the night. This is where Chris and I just sit around and talk about bullshit. So, I know you're not a fan of Deep Space Nine or anything Star Trek related.
Yeah.
I watched my favorite episode of Deep Space Nine yesterday because it was not like it's everything you want in an episode. A captain overcoming adversity, realizing he messed up, atoning for his mistakes, and it all revolves around a baseball game. So it does. It's a season 7 episode where a Vulcan shows up, and apparently back in the academy, Sisko and this Vulcan had a running rivalry going on. And the Vulcan shows up and he goes, "Hey, me and my crew have really enjoyed this holodeck experience called baseball." So he assembles a team to play the Vulcans in baseball. And hilarity ensues. And at the end, they get their asses kicked 7-1. But the victory was they scored that one run. It was awesome. It's a fun little episode. What?
We lost.
Yeah?
But we did get a point.
We got a point. That's all that matters.
How the fuck did the Vulcans learn to play baseball?
I think the innuendo is the Vulcan learned to play baseball just to spite Sisko. Because he knows that's Sisko's favorite game.
Okay.
That Sisko loves baseball. Now, I want to know how a game that is barely surviving today is going to last past World War III and continue into the age of Star Trek. Barely surviving.
Billions of dollars.
Billions, but still not where it was back in the 80s or 90s.
It's fine.
It's still successful, but it's not boom. It's not like it was.
It's fine.
Steroids and controversies and everything else.
Timeout. Back in the 90s, okay, the home run race.
Yeah.
Of 98 or 99, whenever the fuck that was.
Dealing nothing but steroids. Yeah.
Dealing in steroids. That was the 90s. And guess what?
Baseball made more money back then.
Steroids, though. Like, if that's what
okay.
you're worried about now.
I'm not okay with I don't care. I say let them in the Hall of Fame. Let them in the World Records books. Put a little asterisk by it, move on. I don't give a shit.
May or may not have been on steroids. We can't really prove
really
it
know.
because it was years ago.
But the son of a bitch hit 70,000 home runs in a season, and we're going to put him in the fucking book.
I mean, he's earned it at that point.
I mean, think about it. If Magic players had to deal with what baseball players have to deal with, that would suck. Because every Magic player I know either dopes up on caffeine, like a madman the night before a tournament and during a tournament. A couple of them go outside, smoke the grass. It's the thing. There's no.
So they're gonna start fucking drug testing Magic players.
Could you imagine?
You were on a mind-altering drug when you played Jace the Mind Sculptor. You're banned from tournaments for life.
Imagine that though, like you're sitting there and you're playing your Magic, and the judge comes up, taps you on your back, and says, "Hey, time for a piss test."
That would be fucking awesome. Could you imagine how long rounds would last?
Oh my god! That would be insane.
The random drug tests are happening now, so we're going to take a 12-minute pause.
Everyone playing Magic would stop. They just would have to.
I mean, not all of them are.
Not all. Not even most.
Even if they fucking hit you with caffeine tests, though, everybody.
Oh yeah, we're fucked. I can't tell you how many Red Bulls I drink before a tournament.
You had a cup of coffee.
I can't tell you how many Grand Prix I've showed up to knowing I probably shouldn't be playing Magic.
You mean drunk?
Oh my god. Or hung the fuck over. Nashville, I was so hungover. we went out to a fucking karaoke bar and got so plastered. And then the next morning I was up playing Magic and I could barely keep my eyes open. It hurt so bad.
I can imagine.
So good.
Oh my God.
But that's me. Okay, I'm not one of those guys that when I go out of town for a Magic trip, Magic is only part of the reason I'm going out of town. I mean, if I do well, great. Hey, I'm winning. But for me, I'm getting out of town for the weekend. I'm going to go do some stuff out on that town. I'm going to experience a little bit of the local life. That's why I want to go out of town. I can stay here and play Magic if I wanted to. Don't you be looking over there like a goddamn snake got at.
I was looking at Spider-Man.
What are you looking at Spider-Man for?
I wanted to see his shoes.
Okay, why would you want to see Spider-Man's shoes?
I thought I needed to.
Okay.
I have a Spider-Man life-size cutout here in the studio / my office / snake room. And I was like, man, I don't pay enough attention to Spider-Man's boots.
They're red and...
Well, like, you look at the suit, and I'm looking more so at the sole of them that you can't really see.
You really can't.
But I'm
what
like...
are they, fucking slippers?
I don't know.
Are they rain boots?
You understand why I was looking now.
The fucking rain boots?
I think they're water shoes.
Well, no, they gotta be, like, for him to climb up the walls and stuff, his feet's gotta stick through, right?
They should. And, like, depending on the artist that's drawing Spider-Man, you don't always have a sole on the bottom of the shoe.
Right.
But this one, I mean, because it's a regular dude in a suit.
You know what this shows to me, your life-size Spider-Man, though?
Huh.
Spider-Man's really tiny.
Yeah.
He's kind of a short dude.
He's 5'9" to 5'10" and weighs 160 to 175
no way.
pounds.
No way, because I'm 6'2". Maybe.
Yeah, that's exactly where he's at.
Maybe. Okay. All right. I still think I could take him.
Yeah?
Yeah, nothing moves the blob.
The guy that is proportionately, like, he's basically as strong as Thor, strength-wise. You could take him?
Yeah. I'll just, throw
the super genius?
Yeah, I'll just throw a picture of Uncle Ben and kick him while he's crying.
Yeah, and he'll be like...
I don't care.
He won't even notice that you kicked him.
No, you'd be surprised.
He's been kicked by fucking Venom.
So? Not this pussy-ass Spider-Man. This is the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
No, it's not.
It's not? Is this amazing? Oh, it is. Oh, it's the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. That's even worse.
That's the emo one.
That's the emo one. I'll just fucking throw
not emo, hipster.
No.
Tobey Maguire was the emo one.
I'll just fucking throw a goddamn poem at him and tell him to figure out what it means. Fuck that Spider-Man, a hipster PBR drinking douchebag motherfucker. God damn you, Andrew Garfield.
I drank a PBR last night.
And how do you feel, you hipster douchewad?
Well, I thought to myself, I was like, this is cheap. I'm gonna pick up a PBR.
Just one?
Just one. It was a 24-ounce can.
All right, so you got a 2x4.
I got a 2x4. I got that in a Stag.
All right.
Okay. I enjoy the Stags every so often. Don't know why, but I have this affinity. I have this affinity for the cheap beers.
All right. Okay. All right. Nothing wrong with that.
Stags
my buddy Jason.
aren't that bad.
My buddy Jason's the same way. He loves the cheap beers.
And then the PBR. Now, I hadn't had one in about 5 years, 6 years.
Okay.
I remember fucking hating it.
And?
It's not as bad as I remember.
You shut your douchebag mouth.
Hold on, now listen. I really started to think, because Tara and I went out on a date, and I ordered a Bud Select, and I'm like, wait, I really do not like Bud Select. And, like, that's the realization that I came to. I'm like, I like fucking PBR more than I like what I'll drink if they don't have what I like at a bar.
Okay.
That's sad.
So are you telling me that your drink of choice is a PBR now?
Fuck no.
What's your drink of choice?
Rolling Rock.
All right, fair enough.
Or Dos Equis.
Still hipsterish. Rolling Rock is still hipsterish.
No, I've been told it was frat boyish.
Okay, I'll let the audience decide on that one.
But no, man, I'm a Rolling Rock fan.
Yeah?
And myself and Cody, who's been on episodes with us.
Yeah, we've had Rolling Rock on the show. It's tasty.
I love Rolling Rock. It's wonderful.
It's no Killian's, no flat tire, but it's good.
It's inexpensive.
Yeah, no, I tend to like the more expensive beers.
And it is locally brewed.
Mine is not. I tend to like the more expensive beers. I'm not a snob, I wouldn't say, but I like the darker beers, and they tend to cost more money.
There's a lot of darker beers that I like.
I don't know why they cost more money, but they do.
I think because when they buy these bourbon barrels off of people that they age them in, they're like, well, it cost us an extra $50 because we had to get an old bourbon barrel. And I'm like, they were throwing it away. Dumpster dived.
Did you see Sam's Club is now selling barrels of Jack Daniels?
We've talked about this before.
No, we have not. Like, I know it's... Were you the one that tagged me on Facebook?
No, Joe Moore and I have talked about this before. because we were like, we should buy one of these.
$7,000.
Yeah, I know. That's when the whole we should buy it thing went right out the
Like,
window.
I'll buy one, but the issue is, where am I going to get all the bottles? Because you can't open it up, pour out a bottle, and close it, and expect it to stay good.
I mean, you'd have to get one of those old school, like... Taps for it.
Yeah, but how long is that going to stay good for? Air
it's
and...
It's
yeah,
whiskey.
No, hold on, no, because air and whiskey don't get along.
Yeah, when it's draining out of there, you're not getting fucking fresh oxygen in there.
God damn it, I want my whiskey to taste fucking amazing every time I drink it.
Yeah, it would be fine. And you know what? Desired effect is going to take hold. And it matters way less after you have your first few glasses.
So speaking of things that matter way less, I watched the Lethal Weapon TV show.
And?
Okay. I want to tell you that I absolutely despise the show, but I can't. I want to tell you that I like the show, but I can't.
Here's what I want to know. Lethal Weapon treaded this line between comedy...
Oh, no, they went straight slapstick.
And action movie.
No, it's straight... Like, there's action, but they... Here's the thing. I watched the show, and if the fucking characters were not Martin Riggs and Rodger Murtaugh, the show would be okay. It would actually be decent. But the fact is, I'm watching the show, I'm like, oh, that's cute. Oh, that's kind of clever. That's funny. That's cool. And then I hear Murtaugh, Riggs. I'm like, fuck you. This isn't Lethal Weapon. And that's how I felt the entire time. I felt like they had a show idea. They wanted to make a buddy cop show. And the only way they could get it off the ground is if they would say, well, we'll call it Lethal Weapon.
It's that whole branding thing that we talked about.
It fucking pissed me off to no end. Now, the show will not last more than a season. It just won't. I'll be surprised if it runs the full season. I'm going to watch every fucking episode and get more and more pissed her because there's part of me deep down that's like, it's not a bad show. But I hear fucking Damon Wayans go, hey, Riggs, and I get pissed. I can't explain it. I don't know why. Fuck that show. Fuck.
At least they tried to keep the same characters.
They didn't, though. These are not... They're just the names of the characters.
Oh, okay, so
it's just Murtaugh and Riggs in name only.
They've not captured the essence of those characters?
Like, Riggs is totally suicidal. And to the point of, like, everyone fucking knows it by the end of the first episode. And they're cracked. They're like, so are you going to kill yourself today? Oh, not today. Ha, ha, ha. Fuck you. Here's how we found out Riggs was suicidal in the first Lethal Weapon. He's watching a goddamn Christmas special, and he puts the fucking gun to his head. He tries to squeeze the trigger, and he breaks down and says he can't do it, not today. Then the next day, he pulls the fucking trigger. Many people don't realize this. In the first Lethal Weapon movie, when Riggs and Murtaugh are having an argument after Riggs takes the jumper down. I don't know if you've seen the movie.
I've seen, of course.
They go into that room, they argue, and he's like, don't nibble on the barrel, pull the trigger. And Riggs is like, don't tempt me, man, don't tempt me. He actually pulls the trigger, and it's Murtaugh sticking his thumb in the gun that stops it from going off. So he fucking killed himself. And then he looks at Murtaugh with the eyes and goes, I'm hungry, I'm going to go get a hot dog. I like that, there you go. Fuck you, Fox.
Oh, it's Fox?
It's Fox. It's Fox that made the Lethal Weapon
I feel
show.
like that's a duh.
I mean...
It's like it could be Fox or Sony.
It's Fox. We live in a world of remakes and rehashes and reimaginings, all pretty much meaning the same thing. It's going to be bullshit.
Fox and Sony, you guys are good at molesting properties.
Well, it's funny. Courtney and I were watching Manhunter, the original version of Red Dragon. And we had a conversation about remakes that were actually good. And I can think of maybe one or two. You got the Evil Dead remake, which was fantastic. And you got David Cronenberg's The Fly.
Which was good.
But I can't think of very many other remakes. John Carpenter's The Thing was good.
I mean, there have been a few. The Magnificent Seven or whatever.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's supposed to be very good.
See, the thing is, you're remaking a movie that's already a remade movie.
Yeah.
The Magnificent Seven is the Seven Samurai, which everyone should know.
Yes.
But I don't count that as a remake.
That's a reimagining of a story.
Well, I don't count if they make a movie in Japan and they remake it here in America for our audiences. I don't count that a remake. I just count that as a here's how the fucking story goes.
It's a reinterpretation at that point.
But as far as remakes go, I can't think of very many good ones. The Poltergeist one was horrible.
I mean, there have been a few that have got it okay. That would be a good episode. Do a little bit of research, find the good ones, find the turds.
Well, there's a shit ton of turds. I can name a bunch of turds off the top of my head.
There are a lot of turds.
Fucking Psycho's one of them. Fuck, that movie was bad. Then, like, with remakes, like Psycho, bad remake, fantastic TV show in Bates Motel. Like, that show is phenomenal. And it's got that chick I think is oddly hot, the chick from The Conjuring.
Yeah.
Yeah, so speaking of oddly hot chicks, Anna Kendrick is in this new movie with Ben Affleck. I want to go see, The Accountant.
Yeah.
Which led this whole conversation with my wife. Like she saw the trailer and she's like, I kind of want to see that, and I know you want to see it because your honey boo boo's in it. And I had to correct her. I said, that's my baby mama. She got pissy. And I was like, but you can raise the baby.
My God.
It's just Anna Kendrick's baby mama.
And Rodger is going to be sleeping on the couch for the next week.
I might. I thought it was funny. She didn't find it so hilarious. She said, no, that's not your baby mama. That's your honey boo boo. I don't know what the difference is.
I mean, I can tell you.
Please enlighten me.
Everybody's got their Hollywood list.
Right.
Your Hollywood list, it's like, oh, hey, there's your girl. It can be said in a joking fashion.
Right.
When the lady that you're trying to have babies with is like, hey, there's your girl, you just chuckle at that. You don't say, no, that's my baby mama, because she's like, actually, we're trying to make those right now, motherfucker.
Fair enough. Okay.
You put the barrel right to your foot and fucking pulled the trigger, dude. And nobody was there to fucking stick their finger in there and stop that shit, Mr. Lethal Weapon.
Oh, man. That's true.
Nobody blocked the hammer.
There's
a hole in your foot.
And then one of this whole conversation, she's like, Anna Kendrick's, Tina Fey, Julian Anderson. She's like, your fetish for women have changed. Like, when I got with you, it was redheads. And I was like, whoa, redheads will always be there. She's like, now it's these little brunettes with long faces. And I was like, well, Julian Anderson's a redhead, and she has a long face. So she's the best of both worlds.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
So, when is your divorce going to be finalized?
I'm thinking sometime next month. I'm pretty sure she's got the paperwork drawing up right now, and it was bad. Like, she didn't argue. She didn't fight with me. She just kind of looked at me like, not angry and not sad, but just knowing. Like, I realized in looking at her eyes, I had fucked up. Yeah. You're good
at that.
I'm so like I'm really good at saying shit, thinking it's gonna be funny, and then after it's out there in the open, I realize I had made a mistake.
Buddy, that happens to me every day.
And my problem is, I say to my wife like 20 times a day.
Yeah.
Because I think that when you talk to your friends and you say stupid shit, your friends are gonna bust your balls about it and move on. But the wife,
the one that doesn't forget anything.
No.
Well, hold on. No. They forget convenient things.
They forget where the remote is. They forget where the car keys are. They forget,
convenient things. But no,
right.
If you say something to piss them off, there's something deep that it's no longer in their brain. That shit gets ingrained in their DNA.
Yeah. And you will have that argument 7 years from now. I'll be like, remember that time you said fucking Anna Kendrick was your baby mama? Guess what, motherfucker? We're going to hash that shit out now. And I'll have moved on. Anna Kendrick will no longer be my one Hollywood girl.
You know what's funny? Is at that point, you guys are going to have a kid. And she's going to be like, were you thinking of Anna Kendrick when we made it?
No.
Were you thinking of Anna Kendrick?
I mean, maybe. No.
That's when you say, well, he's got her eyes.
On the flip side, so it's very odd. She wants to have boys.
Yeah.
I want to have girls.
Wow.
I know. It's weird. It's all I've dealt with boys. I know what to expect.
I've only ever wanted boys.
See? I kind of want a girl.
And I got 2 boys.
You do. Wait till the third one comes out, it's a girl, then you're fucked.
No, see, that's the thing. I keep telling Tara, I'm like, we can stop now. Like, because we flirt with the idea of having another one.
You should.
If I were guaranteed a boy, done.
Just eat steak and potatoes.
That's not how it works.
That's exactly. If you want a girl, you eat salad. If you want a boy, you eat steak and potatoes.
That's all it takes.
That's all it takes.
No.
Think about what you were eating the night your other 2 boys were conceived, and just eat that again.
Well, that's easy because
it was steak and potatoes.
I've only had sex 2 times.
Right. Exactly.
No. Yeah. I don't want a daughter because when they get to the teenage years,
when they're playing Magic and playing board games, and
the first time a little boy comes over
to play Magic,
I'm not going
to
call him a little boy. It's going to be this 13-year-old, 14-year-old motherfucker.
Yeah.
And he goes missing.
See, I already have this figured out. First, your daughter doesn't leave the house until she's 32.
Okay.
Then she can date. After 32, she can date.
Yeah, after she's married.
She can date. Exactly. That's how this works. And I will pick out the suitors that I think are appropriate. Like, honestly, fuck it. All right. I heard a conversation at the comic shop the other day about this guy going out. This kid was going to go pick up this girl for a date.
Uh-huh.
So he pulls up to the house, honks his horn, and waits for her to come out.
No.
And he's telling the story. He's like, it took her forever. So finally I knocked on the door, and the dad was mad at me. And I was looking at him as he's telling the story. I'm like, you don't understand why? You're taking his child out. The love of his life. Far greater than the love for your wife is the love for your child. You're taking his love out. The one thing he rests his futures on. And you don't have the goddamn decency to walk up to the door and knock and introduce yourself like a real man?
I'm taking your daughter out.
The fuck you are.
Yeah, right.
You
nice
honked your horn.
You.
If he would have came up to my door and knocked after honking the horn, I would have opened it up. He'd be like, hey, I'm here to take out Stacy. I'd be like, no, you thought you were here to take out Stacy. Shut the door and go on with the night.
Oh, no, I'd have been like, hey, I'm going to take you to show you my shed.
No.
And then I would have killed him.
Yeah. No need to kill the fucker. He's just not dating my daughter. If you're not man enough to walk up to the door, you're not dating my daughter. Agree or disagree?
I completely agree with you.
So what the fuck is up with these kids just pulling up honking their goddamn horns?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fuck.
Well, okay, so both of us have been out of the loop for a while.
Yeah.
You've heard about Tinder.
Yes.
We've got single guys at work.
The swipe left, swipe right thing? Is that Tinder?
Yeah.
So is that where... That's where you look at the picture and you decide if you like the girl?
Yeah.
Or you don't, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Jorge was showing me this fucking weird thing.
So basically, everybody on here from... now I'm learning this from a used car salesman.
Yeah, that's the epitome of awesomeness right there.
Yeah, great guy. But I'm learning this from a used car salesman. He's like, yeah, basically everybody on here just wants to have sex. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? That's the point that we're at with dating? That's fucked up. I'm so glad I am not a part of that scene, man.
Like, we've already discussed my fears of the hookups and the jizz and the turkey baster. But I couldn't imagine... Okay, fuck it. I've been guilty of a one-night stand. I've had that one-night stand.
Okay.
Where I didn't know the chick's name. Fine, whatever. But I could not imagine doing that on a daily basis.
I couldn't imagine, like...
Now, granted, we're a different breed of people.
Not having a conversation with an individual, like a real conversation with an individual.
So, what do they do? Like, just, like, go swipe left, they swipe left, and then they're fucking?
I think it's right.
Whatever.
But it would be funny, lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. No, so...
Hey, speaking of which, entertain the Geeky dating app's coming out soon. Just swipe up and down.
Yeah.
AB, select, start.
Fucking putting in your cheat codes.
You gotta put in the Konami code.
If you're married, you put in a cheat code.
Up, down, left, right, AB, select, start, 99 lives. Here we go.
Boom. And a divorce later. No,
Fuck it, do you remember the blood code from Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, because there will be blood.
ABAC, ABBA.
So,
how do I know this shit?
Because that was important. Like, you had to put in the blood code to knock people on to the spikes.
You did. Okay, yeah, you're right.
And that was the most important part of the whole fucking game.
And to actually do fatalities.
Thank you,
Sega Genesis.
It was beautiful.
ABAC.
So, he's explaining this shit to me, and I'm trying to wrap my head around this. I'm like, so, you don't even have to, like, talk to somebody.
Like, I get internet dating. Like, the idea of talking to someone on the internet.
You're talking to them.
You talk to them. You set up time to meet. You meet.
That's talking.
You do that.
That's
thing.
a normal thing. But
okay.
if the whole...
Tinder's not that?
No. Send them a message. let's get together, Netflix and chill.
And it works?
Yes!
You know, there are men that chose to be single for their entire lives that had to go to bars every weekend to try to hook up with a chick. And now you can do it from left on your phone?
Yeah, you just swipe on your phone. It's fucking weird. It's fucking weird.
What the fuck? This is like, okay, I know we talked about holla dick before.
This is like rocket science, but a far more complicated
and there's
algorithm.
people that do this?
All these single motherfuckers do it.
Like I said, okay, hold on. So this isn't online dating. You're telling me this is not online dating. This is not.
I think initially it was designed as an online dating. It's used for online meeting your hookup.
Don't they have that already?
I don't fucking know.
I'm just no.
I'm so out of the loop, and this is what this is being explained to me because I just found out what Tinder was a couple of months ago. Okay, so then I fucking this guy is talking about it, and I'm like, what the fuck is it, dude? I'm like, because I heard it's where people hook up, and he's like, yeah, and he starts explaining it to me, and I'm like, this is fucking insanity. Like, it's complete insanity.
No talk. What if I meet a... Wow. Well, like, there's no conversation, like, at least of, hey, do you have herpes?
I don't know.
You think that would be a thing that you get
I
out of the
don't
way?
know how it works, okay? He gave me the basic rundown of it, and I'm like, this is fucked up.
You realize all of our listeners are probably on Tinder going, it's the greatest thing ever, and we're sitting there going, I don't fucking get it.
I don't understand. I've been in a relationship with the same person for the last 5 years.
Speaking, I got to do it. So tomorrow is my 1 year anniversary of being married.
Uh-oh.
1 whole year.
Did you take the day off?
No, I did not take the day off. She's going to work. We're not actually celebrating until Saturday next week.
Okay.
We're going to go, her plan is we're going to go to the gazebo where we got married and get our picture taken again. And apparently she wants to do that every year.
That's cute.
Yeah, I think
cute.
it's a really neat idea. Hence the pretty me now.
Okay, yeah, because Rodger came over
all
cleaned up.
I'm a sexy beast now. And then we're probably going to go out and grab dinner and, talk about stuff. But in all seriousness, like, this year has been, A, one of the most wonderful years, and B, one of the most challenging, stressful years. And I could not think of a better person to spend it with than the one I'm with now. And it's been an amazing first year.
Aww.
We go 1 more year, and that sets a new record for me. If I make it to my 2 years, that's a new record. If she makes it to 5, she gets a trip to Fiji.
And you've won a trip to Fiji.
5 years of dealing with this fat fuck. So yes, I love you, honey. Congratulations, you put up with me for a year.
Courtney, this is Chris. I'm very sorry. Everything that he puts you through. I'm sorry. And you handle this so gracefully. You are a goddess. The end.
You kind of went a little too far there, buddy. Don't stir my Kool-Aid. Don't stir my Kool-Aid.
I'm not hitting on your wife now.
I didn't say you were. Just don't stir.
Don't get you in trouble. You do
right.
just fine on your own.
I don't need your help getting me in trouble.
This is the thing. She's already thinking it.
Yeah? What? That I'm in trouble?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's going to listen to this episode and go, oh, wait a minute. What? Okay, so I'm going to tell you the story. So yesterday I went out. Like, she was sleeping. She was sleeping, right?
So I snuck out?
Right. No, I didn't sneak out. I kissed her on the cheek and I said, I'll be back later. And she went, rah, 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 because she was sleeping, right?
She mumbled something like, get the fuck out.
Right, something like that. I don't fucking know. She spoke woman talk. So I leave, and I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission to go look at some stuff. And I'll tell you afterwards what I was looking at, but I can't tell you on the air because she listens. So I went looking for some stuff.
Strip club.
So I go to the mall to look for some of this stuff, and the Mills, pretty much everything is closed.
Yeah.
No bookstore, no Bed Bath & Beyond. No.
The bookstore's gone now?
The bookstore's gone now. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Book of Millions is gone.
Wow.
So I walk the mall. The stuff I'm looking for is not at this mall. So I have to go somewhere else to look for this stuff. Drive out to this place in Ladue. She calls me about an hour and I'm looking at the stuff. And she's like, where you at? I'm like, I'm looking at some stuff. I'm leaving right now. I'll be home in about 15, 20 minutes. She's like, uh-huh. So I leave. I call her back. I'm like, hey, I'm going to go get dinner. I'm going to go to your favorite Chinese restaurant because it's all on the way home. And she goes,
what do you want from Taco Bell?
No, not Taco Bell. Chinese.
That
Chinese.
was a joke.
Yes. No, Taco Bell is legit her favorite restaurant of all time. But this Chinese place has the best wontons. So I'm like, I'll stop. I'll get you some wontons, some beef fried rice, no onion from your favorite Chinese place. And she instantly goes, what the fuck did you do? And I'm like, I went and looked at some stuff. And she's like, what stuff? I'm like, I can't tell you what stuff I was looking at because it's super secret stuff. And she's like, well, what were you looking at? I'm like, I can't tell. So this becomes a circular argument of I'm getting you Chinese food because you enjoy it and I'm in the neighborhood trying to be a nice guy too. I am looking at stuff, which means I might be cheating.
Which means Rodger was getting a hooker.
I think that's where it goes. I mean, I'll tell you what I was getting after the show. I'm not going to tell you on the air, though.
I hired this nice stripper called Cherry.
And I wanted to pop her. That's really what it was. Ah, fuck. So, yes, 1 year. And you're going to get married soon.
Yes.
Then you'll be celebrating your 1 year.
Yes.
And we'll talk about it on the show.
And I'll be getting in trouble for something or another.
Looking at stuff.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah. Make sure you keep your shadiness to yourself. Because, there are some things I do I know is shady that I just kind of want to get under her skin about. I'm like, yeah, this is a little shady. I'm going to get under her skin with it. But there's nothing going on. It's because she doesn't trust. There's no trust here. No trust.
Not good to say on the air.
Fuck! We're on the air!
On that note.
No, we trust. She loves. I kid.
Please don't kill Rodger.
And if you do, make it quick.
Guys, thank you for tuning in. As always, like us on Facebook. We are Entertain the Geeky. Follow us on Twitter at Entertain Geeky. We are on YouTube as Entertain the Geeky.
YouTube!
What? Guys, stay geeky.
Deuces!
What the fuck were you thinking?
I don't know. I thought maybe it would be okay. I thought she'd like it. But I couldn't tell her, right?
It's the surprise thing.
Right. Like, I just told you what I was doing, and I can't tell her.
Well, I mean, obviously, it's obvious what you were doing.
But I don't get it. Looking at stuff. I love you, honey. There was no stripper named Cherry.